Citizen Voice in Action CVA is a youth non-governmental organization based in Rwanda with the purpose of promoting the ideas of Rwandan youth towards the development of the country. To achieve that target, one of the means CVA used is organizing annual dialogues where the youth meet and discuss their contribution in government policies and how they can increase their contribution in implementing government policies in the development of Rwandans. The dialogue are called Policy Dialogue for Youth Engagement. In December 2020, the second edition of the dialogue took place in partnership with Plan International, National Endowment for Democracy, and U.S. Embassy in Rwanda.
Policy Dialogue on Youth Engagement is an annual event that is organized with purpose to create safe space for youth to constructively discuss and debate their views on youth issues, not only debating on their participation in the government policies and programs. His Excellency, President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, once said, "Being young is not enough. You must invest yourselves. Invest in passion, energy, strength, and knowledge that will use to face challenges in your own lives and challenges faced by your country's life. Use available opportunities and bring your contribution as we jointly build our nation."
The dialogue were attended by over 153 female and male youth from all over the country. They include some of the local leaders, representatives of rural NGOs, and others from schools in different universities. They were lectured by different political and governance experts on their role in different programs aimed at boosting national development. Some people attended using video conference technology as a result of COVID-19 effects. The youth said such dialogues are important because they change their mindset in terms of increasing their contribution to national programs. The research done by Ajeprodo Jijukirwa proved that
nanone dusanga nubwo izo forums na spaces zihari twasanze imikorere uburyo zikora ariho hari ikibazo.
We realized that while the forum space are there is a problem in the way they operate. We realized that at the village level, the National Youth Council operates at 21%. At the cell level, youth engagement stands at 37%. At the sector level, it goes up to 51%, and then at the district level, there is more engagement as they often meet, and the youth engagement is above 70%, while at the national level, youth engagement stands at 70%. It was realized that given that at the grassroots level, volunteers are involved and they are not paid, but they are there to discuss their role in supporting the implementation of government programs, we realized that the main challenge was the budget because they operate like that without being paid, and their activities have no budget, resulted in youth's low participation. At the parliament level, the youth expressed dissatisfaction as regards the youth representation in parliament. 24% say they are aware of being represented in parliament and that those representing them share their views. The findings from the research and views expressed during the policy dialogue underscore the long journey ahead to increase the role of the youth, which can be achieved while alleviating challenges such as self-esteem among some of the youth, isolating some youth, and financial constraints. The youth who participated in the dialogues also emphasized that they still face such challenges, but such dialogues help them sharpen them and bring about changes. The majority of the youth do not participate in various activities. at the village level due to various reasons. First, self-esteem has been a serious issue among the youth, where youth may be having good ideas, but have self-esteem among them, and that is a serious challenge. Sometimes in the meeting, there are people with different categories, such as the youth, old people, and leaders. And the youth may say they have nothing to say, as they're not leaders. Why should I take the responsibility of the leaders? Sometimes one is normal participant. That is a problem. I would say that there are two reasons: the family we come from and our leaders. The families we come from, as we heard in the dialogue. Some say the families we come from are the root causes. You think that if you're mature, you don't have to speak in the public. We're from various families and you cannot go in the public and speak a lot of things. Sometimes they prevent you from speaking in public. They tell you it is taboo to speak in public. On the role of our leaders, some leaders do not approach the youth. They don't think that the youth cannot contribute and play a role in sharing ideas that can contribute to the grassroots development and help citizens get developed. Measures we have taken from these dialogues, we're going to start engaging ourselves in introducing ourselves to leaders so that they know us and understand that as the youth, we can have a say and help our young brothers as well. If we have targets and get developed at the village level, for instance, we'll also help our young brothers to get developed. You have internet all over across the country. It is a strong weapon for you to share the news, request from information and share it among yourselves, and have meetings, but especially hold your leaders accountable. If you use the internet properly, we can have a better future. The dialogues focused on training the youth on National Strategy for Economic Transformation, NST1, and its pillars: budget planning and budget implementation, gender balance and gender equity, gender-based violence, corruption, among others. Moderators asked whether there is still corruption. It is there. What is corruption? Corruption is anything you receive as a gift or anything that brings you pleasure so that you can get illicit benefits. There is also sexual corruption, when you do someone a favor to receive illicit services or deny someone services he or she deserved legally.
Ukimu w'amategeko yakemereraga ugihe w'amategeko atacyemerera kitari mu burenganzira bwe.
In a bid to analyze challenges hindering the youth, increase of their role in national development and find solutions for those challenges, while exchanging ideas on various topics, the youth who participated in the policy dialogue received lectures in groups where each group was given a topic to debate on and share with the rest of participants' findings and taken solutions. Such a practice helps the youth develop the culture of finding solutions and share ideas with others, which was the main purpose of the dialogue. Such dialogues at the national level were conducted concurrently with dialogues at district level, where CVA operates from where it went down and met youth representatives and discussed the role of the youth in the district planning and budget execution, mainly sharing the ideas. Here is in Gatsibo district in Eastern Province. It is true. Generally, the youth do not participate in government programs, especially there is a weakness in not participating in grassroots dialogues or in community works, Muganda, or even parents. It is time for the youth to change our thinking and participate in all activities. Some also think there should be youth dialogue so that they can exchange on their own issues, but that does not prevent us from participating in other meetings and dialogues. Generally, the youth who participated in these dialogues say they learned a lot, and as our take-home, they were going to implement what they had learned and also train their colleagues. I learned a lot from here as a youth. I come to learn that as youth we have self-esteem. A lot of stuff happen in our sight and close to us, but we seem to be careless.
nkanjye ku giti cyanjye
I benefit a lot from this meeting and helped me think again my role as a youth. I sat with my colleagues and we exchanged on how we can play a clear role in the development of our country.
mu guteza imbere igihugu cyacu.
Partners and government authorities hailed CVA for the dialogues and urged the youth to keep implementing what they learned from them.
I really want to say that as Plan International Rwanda, we are proud to be associated with the Youth Dialogue 2020. Because Plan International Rwanda is an international NGO operating in Rwanda since 2007. We also operate in 8 other countries across the world, but we believe that our purpose and our mission is aligned to events like these, because our purpose as an organization is to advance children's rights and equality for girls.
The United States Embassy is pleased to support Citizens' Voice and Actions, your efforts on youth dialogue. We believe that a safe space for youth to have a dialogue is important. This is an important place for you as youth leaders to consider how youth can contribute to policies in Rwanda. How can you contribute to the development of your own country? How can youth contribute to the future and the today of Rwanda?
First of all, to commend the government of Rwanda's commitment to promote various spaces for youth participation. We have National Youth Council as a framework for all of us young people to voice our needs and priorities and communicate our thoughts to the decision makers. And this framework, unfortunately, research have proved that this space is not very well utilized. I hope that the ideas and discussions you have exchanged throughout this platform will enable to prove and improve the use of those spaces.
As a resultant of this dialogue, we came up with different recommendations to be addressed to concerned institutions. The functioning of the National Youth Council at village and cell level should be improved and be effective to meet youth needs. Representatives on National Youth Council should be more accountable, especially by consulting their fellow youth and taking up their concerns and priorities to the responsible institutions. More effort are needed in capacity building for National Youth Council leaders on their role and responsibilities. There should be intergenerational spaces to strengthen the partnership between youth and adults. This link should be there to share experience, guidance, and mentorship on civic participation. It should start from the family up to the community level. The National Youth Council Secretariat of Youth Council should improve their collaboration with youth-led organizations. The youth in general should be mobilized to take part in decision-making processes, especially in planning and evaluating stages, as well as budgeting, and get involved in the design of performance contracts. Imihigo. University students and the students' leaders should share their experience with non-schooling youth and be active in their communities. It is paramount for youth to change their mindsets and have more confidence and self-esteem to prove their communities that they are able and are leaders of today and tomorrow. There should be a youth-friendly space to talk about specific youth issues at community level. Umugoro wa urubyiruko. We need to say no to GBV, break the silence around and denounce its perpetrators, say no to corruption, nepotism, and all other crimes. Continue effort and increase mechanisms to raise awareness on GBV among the youth. More actors, especially parents and religious leaders, should be invited to play a part in dialogues on youth engagement and GBV. There should be a special mechanism or framework to support children that are born as a result of rape and defilement. Inclusiveness is key in such forums and dialogues on youth engagement. Therefore, people with disability, domestic workers should be invited in those spaces to harness their meaningful participation.
You, the youth, are the future of the country. You are the future community leaders, political leaders, and business leaders. My message to you is simple. Keep going. While I believe that governments must offer youth a seat at the table, it's just as important for youth to step up and take that seat, to say what you believe, to ask questions, to challenge preconceived notions, to compromise, to agree to disagree, and to advocate for what you believe will make a future, freer, more prosperous society.